Your brain lies to you every single day, not because it's broken, not because you're weak, but because if it told you the full truth all at once, you wouldn't function. And the most dangerous part? Most of these lies feel like your own thoughts. They exist to protect you from pain, fear, regret, and uncertainty. Some help you survive, others quietly keep people stuck for years, and the last one is why many people stay unhappy far longer than they should. Denial, the lie that buys you time. The first lie your brain ever learns is denial, and it usually shows up before you even realize something is wrong. Imagine hearing bad news that feels too heavy to hold. Your brain quietly steps in and says, "No, this can't be real." Not because it's stupid, but because it's buying you time. Denial is like emotional shock absorbers. It softens the impact so your system doesn't overload all at once. Without it, the full weight of loss, failure, or danger would hit instantly and potentially paralyze you. That brief moment of disbelief isn't weakness. It's your brain pacing the pain so you can survive it. What's fascinating is how convincing denial can feel. People can see clear evidence and still reject it, not out of stubbornness, but because their nervous system literally isn't ready. Your brain is prioritizing survival over truth, and in that moment, truth is optional. Denial fades once your mind gathers enough emotional resources to face reality, which is why it often cracks slowly, instead of all at once. It's not lying to trap you, it's lying to keep you standing. Rationalization. Turning chaos into a story that makes sense. When something goes wrong, your brain hates unanswered questions even more than bad answers, so it fills in the blanks. Rationalization is your brain scrambling to turn a painful or confusing event into a neat, logical story that you can live with. Missed an opportunity? Suddenly there are a dozen reasons why it wasn't right anyway. Got rejected? Your brain rewrites the narrative so it hurts less. This lie feels comforting because it restores control. Randomness is terrifying. Explanations are calming. Even if the explanation isn't fully true, it gives your mind a sense of order. The danger isn't that rationalization exists. It's that it can quietly lock you into false beliefs about yourself or the world. Still, at its core, it's a coping mechanism, a mental patch job that keeps you from spiraling when life doesn't make sense. Selective attention, why you only see what proves you right. Have you ever made up your mind about something, then suddenly started seeing evidence of it everywhere? News articles, comments, examples, all confirming what you already believed. It feels like reality agrees with you, but it's not reality. It's filtering. Your brain quietly ignores information that challenges your beliefs and highlights anything that supports them, not because it's lazy, but because constant self-doubt feels dangerous. Changing beliefs threatens identity, so your mind protects you by shaping what you notice. You don't see the world as it is. You see the version that feels safest to accept. Memory rewriting, editing the past to protect the present. Your memories feel permanent, but they're more like living documents constantly being edited. Every time you remember something, your brain slightly rewrites it, often making you look a little better or the pain feel a little smaller. This isn't manipulation, it's self-preservation. If your brain replayed trauma with perfect accuracy every time, it would reopen the wound endlessly. Over time, details blur, emotions fade, and rough edges get sanded down. Embarrassing moments feel less humiliating. Painful breakups lose their sharpness. Your brain isn't erasing the past, it's cushioning it so you can move forward. The downside is that memory feels reliable when it isn't, which is why two people can remember the same event completely differently. Each brain is telling the version of the story it needs to survive. Optimism bias, the lie that keeps you moving forward. Deep down, your brain believes bad things happen to other people. This is called optimism bias, and it's the reason you think you'll be the exception. Statistically, you know risks exist, but emotionally, you feel immune. And without this lie, most people wouldn't take chances to fall in love, start businesses, or even leave their comfort zone. Optimism bias fuels hope, ambition, and resilience. It pushes you to try again after failure and believe tomorrow might be better than today. The brain exaggerates the likelihood of positive outcomes because constant realism would be exhausting. Too much optimism can be dangerous, but without it, motivation collapses. Your brain chooses hope, even if it bends reality to do it. The just world illusion, believing life is fair so you feel safe. Your brain wants to believe the world is fair because fairness implies predictability. If good things happen to good people and bad things happen for reasons, then the world feels safer. This is why people instinctively look for what someone did wrong when something terrible happens to them. It's uncomfortable, but it's protective. If suffering were truly random, fear would be constant. So the brain lies and says, there's a reason. This illusion helps people feel in control of their fate, even when they aren't. The cost is empathy. Sometimes this belief turns into blame, but at its root, it's about emotional security. Your brain is trying to believe that by following certain rules, you'll be safe. False closure. At least now I know why. When something confusing or painful happens, your brain rushes to explain it. Even a weak answer feels better than none. You tell yourself that's just how people are, or that's life, or it happened for a reason. And instantly, the discomfort eases. Uncertainty keeps your nervous system on edge. Your brain hates open loops, so it closes them, fast. Even if the explanation isn't true, it calms you. The lie isn't about accuracy, it's about relief. Your mind would rather give you a false answer than leave you anxious with no answer at all. Threat exaggeration. Why your mind jumps to the worst case. You send a message and don't get a reply. Instantly, your brain spirals. Did I mess up? Are they mad? Did something go wrong? The danger feels real, even though nothing has actually happened yet. Your brain is designed to overreact, missing a threat once used to mean death. So now it assumes danger first and asks questions later. This is why anxiety feels so convincing. Your mind would rather exhaust you with false alarms than risk staying calm when you shouldn't. The lie feels intense because it's meant to keep you alive. Emotional numbing. Turning down the volume instead of breaking. When emotions get too intense, your brain doesn't always process them. It mutes them. Emotional numbing is the brain pulling a dimmer switch when pain, fear, or stress exceed manageable levels. You might feel detached, empty, or strangely calm during moments that should hurt deeply. This isn't your brain failing, it's your brain preventing overload. Constant emotional intensity would burn you out completely. By dampening feelings temporarily, your mind protects itself from collapse. The danger is staying numb for too long, but in short bursts, this lie is a shield, one that allows you to function when breaking down isn't an option. Social masks. Hiding your true feelings to stay connected. Humans are wired for connection, and your brain knows that being rejected by the group once meant death. So it lies socially. You smile when you're upset. You say you're fine when you're not. You hold back parts of yourself that feel risky to show. These masks aren't fake, they're strategic. They protect relationships, reduce conflict, and keep you socially safe. Your brain calculates what version of you will be accepted in each situation and presents that one. The cost is authenticity, but the benefit is belonging. The lie isn't about deception, it's about survival in a social world. Control illusion. Believing you're in charge when you're not. Your brain hates helplessness, so it creates the illusion of control. You knock on wood, follow routines, or believe certain habits influence outcomes, even when they don't. These rituals calm anxiety by making uncertainty feel manageable. Feeling out of control triggers fear, so your brain lies and says, "You've got this." Even false control is psychologically stabilizing. It reduces stress and keeps panic at bay. While reality may be chaotic, your brain would rather give you a comforting illusion than leave you frozen in fear. Self-serving bias. Protecting your identity at all costs. When you succeed, your brain says it's because you're skilled. When you fail, it blames circumstances. This isn't arrogance, it's identity protection. Your brain is guarding your self-worth like a bodyguard guarding a VIP. If every failure felt like a personal flaw, confidence would collapse. By shifting blame outward, your mind preserves motivation and resilience. The lie keeps your self-image intact long enough for you to keep trying. Growth requires reflection, but survival requires belief. And your brain prioritizes survival first. Effort justification. I worked too hard for this to be useless. Think about something you suffered for. A degree that drained you, a job that burned you out, a relationship that took everything you had. Now notice how hard it is to admit it wasn't worth it. That resistance isn't pride. It's your brain protecting you. When effort hurts, your mind automatically inflates the value of the reward. Otherwise, you'd have to face a brutal thought. I suffered for nothing. So your brain lies and says the pain meant something. This lie helps you endure long struggles without collapsing under regret. It keeps you going, but it can also trap you in things you should have walked away from long ago. Normalization. When your life slowly becomes something you'd once avoid. Think about something you tolerate now that would have shocked your past self. Constant stress, disrespect, exhaustion, being unhappy but calling it normal. It didn't happen overnight, it crept in slowly. Your brain adapts because it has to. Treating ongoing hardship like an emergency forever would destroy you, so your mind lowers the alarm, redefines normal, and helps you survive. The lie isn't that things are okay, it's that you can endure them. And sometimes endurance quietly turns into a cage. Your brain doesn't care about truth, it cares about survival. That means some thoughts protect you, and others quietly trap you. The real danger isn't being lied to, it's never questioning which lies you're living inside. And here's the uncomfortable question. If your brain is lying to protect you, how many of your beliefs are actually just fear in disguise? If that question bothers you, you're already closer to the truth.